him. I did work for that magazine when it was called Record Retailer, and we never knew each other actually in the 70s or the 80s when he was part of that. But we got to know each other in recent years, me staying with him in London a few times and him staying with me and my wife and daughter when we lived in Yorkshire. Chris was a great music journalist. He kept his contacts up right to the end and worked hard in an industry that he truly, truly loved. When I mention a few names, which I'm going to do now, I'm inevitably going to miss an awful lot of people out because they may not even know of Chris's passing and the funeral that took place just a few days ago. But I will mention some family and some business friends, if I may, to Philip, Chris's brother, and Wendy, to Rachel Madden-Jones, Carl and Damien White, and then some people from the industry, John Howard and Neil France, Ted Carfrae and Paul Maddox, and Paul Howes and Tony Hister. These are people who knew him well. And I remember going to London probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I can't remember exactly, and going to Dolphin Square, which I'd often visited as part of the music business when Bunny Lewis lived there, actually, one of the agents in the music business. And Chris and I had dinner there with other people from the music industry, Nigel Hunter, who had also worked on music papers and record companies as well, Rod Burbeck, who was the press officer for CBS in my day and then went on to run a music paper as well, and Sid Gillingham, who was probably the first of the press officers for the Beatles in the EMI days. In looking for some music to play for Chris, I've chosen two Alma Cogan tracks. I could have chosen others, Dusty Springfield. There were many, many other artists that he admired, but he was particularly fond of Alma Cogan. And John Howard's has suggested the first track, and this is a masterpiece, I think, her version of Lennon McCartney's 8 Days a Week.
Your love, babe. Guess you know it's true. I hope you need my love, babe. Just like I need you. Hold me. Love me, hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week.
Kogan's 8 Days a Week, dedicated to Chris White, who will now be joining his friends from the music industry.
I believe in doing what I can, crying when I must, laughing when I choose. Hey ho, if love were all, I should be lonely. I believe the more you love a man, the more you give your trust, the more you're bound to lose. Although when shadows fall, I think if only somebody splendid really needed me, someone affectionate and dear, cares would be ended if I knew that he wanted to have me near. But I believe that since my life began, the most I've had is just a talent to amuse. Hey ho, if love were all, hey ho, if love were all, I should be lonely. I believe the more you love a man, the more you give your trust, the more you're bound to lose. Although when shadows fall, I think if only somebody splendid really needed me, someone affectionate and dear, cares would be ended if I knew that he wanted to have me near. But I believe that since my life began, the most I've had is just a talent to amuse. Hey ho, if love were
If Love Were All, Alma Cogan. And here's one of the people who paid tribute to Chris, John Howard. And Scott McKenzie's What's the Difference?
Hey friend, wake up, I'm throwing rocks at your window pane. Get out of bed, I've got something to say. Pick up a toothbrush and sneak down your stairway. You've got no reason you should stay. Hey friend, wake up, I'm throwing rocks at your window pane. But don't tell your friends, they'll probably start to cry. You leave behind So what's the difference if we go? Hey friend, wake up. Can't you tell you are sleeping? How far can you go with an open eye? Treating your mind like it was something to play with. You're sleeping on a feather bed of lies. I have shared your journey from the beauty of childhood to uniforms of flowers that you were like some disguise, until you can't hear them when soft words are sung to you. You're sleeping on a feather bed of lies. So what's the difference if we don't wake up? You won't know yourself when you finally do. You will look into some mirror and wonder what you're looking at. So what's the difference if you do? Hey friend, wake up. There's no sleeping in the parlor room. Can't you see we're discussing something new that we've found? We are listening to a brother who is offering us new answers. The spider and the fly go one more round. So what's the difference in the words we are speaking? They don't mean the same, but they have a friendly rhyme. Questioners and answerers have only changed their costume. The play begins an ancient 1,000 times. I have written the same song 100 times moreover, but I've said nothing different, for I have always made it right. And the poet who we both know once said, things that rhyme are all the same. The spider needs the fly just one more time. So what's the difference if you see